Hello. 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 Every Rush song.
Hello, and welcome to Every Rush Song. That's what this show is about. We analyze and discuss every Rush song. You can email
Every
us.
Rush song.
You can email us 2112 at everyrushsong.com, and we are Every Rush Song on every media platform. But today we're going to talk about a song. Jay, what song are we talking? Are we analyzing?
We today are going to analyze Middleton Dreams. Middletown Dreams.
Middleton Dreams.
I got it right. And then I corrected myself to make it wrong.
Let the game come to you, Jay.
I know. Stupid game. Middletown Dreams.
Anybody like this song?
I love this song.
That's an awesome song.
I don't hate it.
I like to ask what the song is about, but
I think we all know what it's about. It's about 5 minutes long.
that's what it's about. 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, good. Well observed.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed. No, it's I mean, what I got out of was that it's about dreaming of bigger things, having the guts to get out there out of a small town and pursue one's dreams. Also, dreams themselves keep us going. Dreams transport desires, drive you when you're down. Dreams transport the ones who need to get out of town.
So again, it's power windows, power dreams.
Power of dreams.
Power of dreams.
Power of dreams.
Do you agree with that? Dreams transport you?
I totally agree with what I said. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. They do. They're an escape. And they also
Right, they're an escape. And look, I dream about having a toilet bowl made out of solid gold, but I know it's not always in the cards.
Go into politics.
I mean, you can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your hand up. No. What?
Oh man, we were talking about Chris Farley before.
Sorry.
Before
Yeah, that was awesome. So yeah, just because you dream about something doesn't mean you're necessarily going to act on it. But for a lot of people, yes, you're dreaming about what it would be like to do something else. And that's what
it's Chris Farley.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Jay.
Nice.
And now I completely forgot what I was talking about.
We're talking about Middleton Dreams.
So what is it like to dream in a Middletown? You really want to know? Yeah, we really want to know. Yeah, man, we really want to know. Well, it's a little like this. I'm going to find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some math. So yes, everybody does this. Everybody dreams about doing something else.
Kind of interesting that it follows territories, right? Because territories is talking about the pride and thinking that where you are is the best and better than the other places. And now here we are in Middletown Dreams, dreaming about being somewhere else.
And it's
wanting to make that move around the world.
Well, I think it's that, and you see this in a lot of movies. Yeah, they're out in the country or they're living in this small town, and what was the name of that Michael J. Fox movie? Not Back to the Future, Jay.
Secret of My Success.
Secret of My Success, coming from that small farm in Kansas, and he wants to go to New York and he wants to make it as a business executive, and he dreamed about that, and that's what he did. And because people, they think they're stuck, and that in all, I guess, all three different parts of the verses where you're talking about uh the middle-aged Madonna, the boy walking with his best friend, the business exec, you know, closing the blinds and getting out that whiskey bottle, just want to take a little bit of time to have a drink, and there you go. And, you know, ponder on what his life is and or what it could or should be.
Put on your favorite blue suit.
Hmm.
No funeral. What?
What?
Nothing.
Yeah. I've actually thought about that part, Tim, pondering your life and if it's where you want to be, if it's where you thought it was going to be. That's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
That first verse, Neil borrowed from a true story about a guy named Sherwood Anderson who owned a business selling paints, I think near Chicago. And then one day he walked out on excuse me, he walked out on his business, walked out on his family, and like the song says, he literally, according to legend, walked railroad tracks, walked the
Tracks.
railroad tracks, walked the tracks up to Chicago, where he began his life and started writing. Went to live his dream to become a writer.
Wow. What?
See?
And
Right.
Yes.
How dare he?
Yeah. I'm glad people don't do things like that in the modern era.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
Well-
I commend him for that part of it, but the whole leaving the family thing,
One
not
of
so
the-
cool.
One of the benefits of the internet is you can kind of write from anywhere and post. You don't have to leave your family and walk on literal railroad tracks.
True.
Right. Yeah. My favorite story part of the song is the boy walks with his best friend through the fields of early May. They walked
Great
a
line.
while in silence. One is close and one is far away. Now, is that a literal? One has get some light. One is that far apart.
No.
I think
Or
No.
the other one's mind, his dream of,
Yeah.
taking his musical talent and heading to Nashville, Angeles, New York, Austin, to be in the music business.
Yeah. He's not there walking it by that cornfield in Nebraska. He's on a huge lighted stage at Carnegie Hall or
Right.
or the
Right. He's
Hollywood
climbing
Bowl.
on the bus, just him and his guitar, to blaze across the heavens.
Blaze
Like a
across the-
brilliant shooting star.
Okay. On another note, what did you guys the music in this song? I mean, like, for example, of course, it's once again very 80s. Um, it reminded me of Yes,
Really?
like a Yes song. Yeah, or maybe it doesn't. It's hard to say.
Is it that keyboard sound that
See, I was thinking
Yeah,
the exact same
that's-
thing,
yeah.
Jay, but I couldn't figure out if it was reminding me of a Yes song, an AC/DC song.
Thunderstruck.
Struck wasn't out yet.
Good
it
point.
is what I love about Alex's guitar, the scratchy chords. Sometimes he's strumming, and then sometimes it's the scratching chords. He's doing a lot of different things in the song, and then kind of a cool, funky bass line from Getty.
Yeah,
Getty-
and what
Yeah.
I found interesting about Neil's drum part, and I was listening to this song yesterday, and for some reason, the bass drum part stuck out to me.
Oh.
That how he is doing straight fours on the kick drum,
Mhm.
do, and with a
Talking about the intro.
yeah, at the intro and in the verse, he's still doing that with do, yeah, on the rim shot, yeah, which
Tim, I've
I
never
think
played
if
drums
you-
before. What's a rim shot?
a rim shot. Well, there's two ways to do it, but the way he's doing it, he's laying the stick on the head of the snare drum, and he goes click, click.
So he's literally
Cool.
hitting the rim
Gotcha.
of
He's
the,
hitting the rim, and it gives you that little, like a temple block sound. Hitting a temple block, but not really a temple block.
Not as harsh as
But what I was thinking of it though is that Getty's not doing do on the bass, but Neil's
All right.
keeping that constant 4 on the bass, and I'm thinking, he could have done something not so busy with the kick drum, just instead of doo, doo, da, doo, da, doo, he could be doing doo, doo, da, doo, doo, da. Something. It was just it was for whatever reason that really stuck out to me that he did that. Now he's probably doing it because the keyboard part is still giving you uh that do it, in a weirder lower kind of range keyboard sound right there. So he's going along with that. But my favorite part is going after a boy, the blaze across the heavens, brilliant shooting star. You got out to you. I love that. And I was so happy. I don't remember playing it when I saw the Power Windows tour. I was there and they did it, but I don't remember it. But I was so happy on the Clockwork Angels tour, which for some reason they decided to bring a lot of Power Windows on that set list.
That's
oh, they
awesome.
did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, which was to me was funny because Getty, when they do Analog Kid, now they opened the show with Subdivisions.
Subdivisions.
Right, which I still find as a weird opener. It works,
Agree, but yeah, it's a weird
but
opener.
it's a weird opener. They do Subdivisions, blah 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 blah. A few more songs, and they do the Analog Kid, and Getty introduces it as we're about to do a song from an album that's celebrating its 30th year anniversary. It's the Kid, the Analog Kid. And they only do 2 songs from Signals. And I think they did everything, but I know they didn't do Emotion Detector.
Mistake.
Thank goodness. Uh, but I think they did everything from Power Windows on that one.
Oh, wow. I guess
I
I
think
didn't
so.
notice, but I remember now that you said it. I remember Middletown Dreams. I do remember.
I could be wrong because I know they did Territories, they did Middletown Dreams, they did The Big Money, they did Grand Designs, they did Manhattan Project. I don't remember if they did Mystic Rhythms or Marathon, but they did a lot from Power Windows. And actually, on that tour, they didn't do just a whole lot of the what you would consider the older stuff. You know, we got YYZ and we got Tom Sawyer from Moving Pictures. There was nothing from Farewell to Kings. There was nothing from Hemispheres.
Nothing.
Nothing. They did the
Nothing.
2112 Overture Temples of Syrinx. Yeah.
And they did
They really stayed with Power Windows. They did They did the Body Electric from Grace Under Pressure on that tour, and they did.
And that's the one where they did the entire
They
Clockwork
did the
Angels
entire Clockwork, yeah.
with drinks.
But I just found it a little weird. They did so much from Power Windows on that tour. So, it is what it is. But
That's
I
kind
was
of
so thrilled when they
Is that really what it
they
is?
they started. Yes, it is. When they
it. What
I was very excited about that.
Yep.
I just love.
And at the Brilliant Shooting Star, there's some sound in the left speaker. It's like a tick, 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 tick. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah,
Listening with
yeah,
headphones.
yeah.
There's that cool because it's nowhere else on the song, but on that Brilliant Shooting Star, there's this tick, 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 tick sound in the left.
And which makes me think he made it. He's on stage and above the stadium or the concert hall, dark the sky, just like in the boat scene from the movie Jaws.
Interesting. That's interesting. That's kind of
The
apropos
boat
to a
scene.
question. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
that one boat scene in Jaws? Yeah.
That one boat scene.
You were
Oh, you mean the one that had the one with the shark? That boat scene that had the shark in it?
Yeah, that one that had the shark. Yeah.
I remember that.
you were talking about the beginning about just the straight quarter notes with the kick drum, because I think there's a dichotomy there with the bass and the keyboard and the guitar are kind of smooth and relaxed in that intro. I mean, just
Right.
steady, reliable eighth notes with that kick drum. But the keyboard, if you listen in headphones, you'll hear the keyboard. There's two different parts. There's one of them, one speaker, one the other speaker. And one is more of just like a sound, but then the other is that like a percussive. So while everything else is kind of smooth and easy, you've got this frantic, frustrated, percussive keyboard sound in the other ear that I think is setting up that mood of, yeah, Middletown is awesome. It's peaceful. It's quiet. Everybody here is nice. But I want to be in New York City on Broadway, or I want to be in LA
Right.
playing Whiskey Go-Go, or I want to be playing Trees at Dallas. Okay, maybe not Trees at Dallas. But yeah, I mean, I want to be on the big stage, living that rock and roll.
But
Like
Alex
Near
does he does do a little guitar thing there at the beginning that I always thought sounded like an airplane. That's either starting to crash or just making a nice turnaround. Down, 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 go.
Yeah.
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 Sounds like an airplane.
Now I want to go listen to Middleton Dreams again.
Yeah, me
Lights
too.
going off quicker, Tim. Is it getting tired as we get later?
I don't know. I don't know.
I love because I mean it's kind of straightforward, but there's a lot of triplets, right? When you get into the eighth note, the 16th note part of it, there's a lot of triplets. Because like that little slow now, little stout. The drum fill is like a triplet. It's
well, it's sort of like a 16th note kind of triplet thing with a syncopated triplet.
I do love the eighth
It's science.
Music science, which is partially math.
And math is hard.
Math is extremely hard. So let's continue talking about more lyrics.
Yes,
so
more
Shane
lyrics.
doesn't go off on a science
No, I won't. I won't do that. And have you noticed? I noticed this last night when I was listening. The bass line it's the same notes on the verses, but the first verse is a little more smooth, and then on the second verse he's playing the same notes, but it's more percussive and kind of has more of a funky feel to it. Just sort of adds to the intensity so the song can build as it goes along.
The lyrics are saying right there. So you want it to be a little bit, I guess, quieter and laid back. because, golly, I just had the lyrics in my head. How does the song start? The office door closed early. The hidden bottle came out. Salesman turns to close the blinds. A little slower, a little stout. So yeah, it's sort of that, it's sort of like, he's trying to hide the fact that he's about to bring out the whiskey.
That's what I picture too. He's kind of
Right.
out so nobody else can see them.
He's trying to make sure that the boss
Why?
doesn't see him.
Why do we think that? What in that song makes us think that he's sneaking it? Makes us both independently think that he's sneaking out
that
the
he's
bottle?
sneaking the shot of whiskey.
What is that?
Because that was the
Little
80s.
slow now? Little slow down? Little stout?
Well, it also says the hidden bottle came out. I mean, that's
Oh,
pretty.
yeah. Good job, Jay. Yeah.
It
Right,
makes
I mean,
Thanks. That kind of, wow. I feel deflated.
it's in a secret compartment underneath his desk,
Right.
Yeah,
I think hidden
So,
the clue here. I'm pretty sure I could be mistaken.
Usually if something is hidden and it's about to come out, you don't
Right.
want
Yeah.
that
So
happens when he takes a big swig off of that bottle.
Right. Roy.
and I love the double meaning. What's a little slow and a little stout? The whiskey or the aging salesman? Because I know I'm getting a little slower and a little more stout, as is what was this beer. Know what I'm saying?
Well,
Saying. Tim's in the dark. Tim's fly by night glasses. Yeah. Yeah. This is one of those where it's not one of those songs with all these levels of meanings. I mean, there's maybe, a couple, because Neil never has this one level. But yeah, there's still a lot that a lot of these lines are just worth dissecting, and then we all know Neil can turn a phrase, but very well stated.
So let's talk about the middle-aged Madonna. She calls,
according to our Zoom names, would be me.
Right. She calls her neighbor on the phone. Day by day, the seasons pass and leave her life alone.
Ooh.
So I'm imagining a woman who is married to a guy who apparently is making enough money where she's staying at home. And it would be, especially in that time, the man, you're staying at home. I want to make sure that the clothes are washed and the floors are scrubbed and everything is picture perfect by the time I get home. So she's staying at home and she's not really good because with her dreams. So she's going to leave her life alone, but she'll be walking out there on some bright afternoon to go and paint big cities from her lonely attic room. So her dreams is actually just going up into the attic and you know how, what do people keep in the attic? Old things, right? Or back in the day, that's what, you kept old things. Maybe
Steven Tyler kept toys in the attic.
Well, yeah, they're you toys in the attic, your old wedding dress, your prom dress,
Ghosts.
stuff, ghosts, but she, in her dream, is to go and paint big cities, go live a life, and just painting the town red, but she's doing it from her lonely attic room.
That's her happiness. That's all. That's the only,
right.
Yeah, that was one of my questions. Is I guess there's the three characters here. Do they realize their dreams? And hers, it makes me wonder, because she's painting big cities from her lonely attic.
Yeah.
Well,
the thing that I thought of when I heard the line, the middle-aged Madonna, I was like, you mean like a virgin?
Well,
Like,
I think she sees her potential to be that Madonna type, Madonna the pop star, not Madonna the more
Lady
archetypal character.
Madonna, just about
Yeah, I think she sees herself as the potential of being that sort of party,
Right.
popular, fashionista pop star.
Yeah.
dress.
That's a
So
pretty cold line. Day by day, the seasons pass, and leave her life alone.
She's
All these
lonely.
things
She's
change, right? All
she's
these things are
right.
changing. This time is passing, but for her, it's boring. Nothing changes.
Right.
Everything's the
But
same.
I
It's
think
the same
but it makes
monotony.
you think, is she under house arrest because she calls her neighbor on the phone? Why doesn't she go to her next door neighbors and hang out?
she's
Maybe
Ah,
because I mean,
she's devoted herself to this man that leaves her alone and at home. He does his thing, and all she has to do is dream, and her dreams are, that's all
and
she
the
can do. She wants to be in a big city painting, but she's just gonna do it in her attic because that's the best she can do with
and
what
there's
she
probably
has.
there's some kids involved, maybe
Yeah.
a PTA or some other parenting or wife or community type things that she's kind of involved in, or maybe in
but
the
it's
perception of the
but
song
she's not
stuck to.
really in charge of,
No, she
maybe no role of leadership in that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
therefore there's
yeah. She's out there and she's doing these things, but there's nothing that nothing is really there's no maverick sense. She's not changing the world. She's not changing anything because the seasons pass and leave her life alone.
No mistake.
Namaste.
right now. Let's raise a
Namaste.
glass.
Namaste.
It's the
Oh.
middle-aged Madonna.
You know
Here's
what?
to middle-aged Madonna.
Indeed.
Cheers.
To the moms, yes. The moms, the wives that don't get the proper respect, don't get their due, they don't get to live the life they want for whatever reason. Give me a call. No, don't give me a call. I was kidding. No.
No.
So,
No
musically,
Yeah.
it's yeah, I don't nothing of Rush's baby. It's it's just it's just a really good.
Only some of its fans.
Well,
Sorry.
and sort of like, I mentioned that Getty's bass line, it's the same notes, but he plays it differently in the second verse. Alex changes too, because in the first verse, he's kind of picking through the chords, the
Yeah.
arpeggios, da 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 da. But and then in the second verse, when Getty gets a little more aggressive on the bass, then Alex switches to the more crunchy, distorted sound, and he's doing more of the scratching and
Yeah.
the faster chords too, just to kind of pick up. Sharpie alert. He's kind of picking up the tempo, picking up the intensity of the song too. So do they make it? Do they end up making it big?
I think the drunk businessman did, and I think the little boy who was walking in the field did. I don't think the
Ends up
middle-aged
being a jukebox hero.
ever made it big unless she finally got up into her attic.
I'm afraid that she went into her attic and one day she just never came out.
She could be there right now.
Yeah.
It could be like Christmas
Obscure.
Vacation, and the attic door was shut on her,
Right.
and
Oh wow. Huh.
and by this time the kids have grown up, gone to college, and married, and the husband's like, well, I guess she's not around anymore. Woohoo! I don't know. I'm just saying, it was
Now-
the 80s.
That's true. This was in the
It's true.
80s.
You think
Now, what I wonder. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
you think that Neil would appreciate our thoughts on his lyrics?
Well,
Well, sure.
I think I read somewhere that in his mind, the three of them did make it, but it was interesting to see what people thought. And I was kind of thinking myself that it it'll say a lot more about the person interpreting the song, listening to the song and interpreting it, than it does about Neil, whether or not we think these three went on to make it big and live their dreams. And so I'm pretty
Think about the
pleased that
last lyrics. Think about the ending lyrics.
what are those
It's
lyrics, Tim?
understood that every person would be somewhere else if they could. So far, good. And life's not unpleasant in that little neighborhood. Feeding on the fire.
I don't remember those-
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, hey, somebody from Ray Daniels needs to give us a call and say, yes, you can start playing for music if you want to, but until that, you get me.
All right.
On how a musical part goes.
Here's something else I wonder about these three intrepid heroes. If their lives were exotic and strange, would they have gladly have changed them for something a little more plain? Maybe something a little more sane? Ooh, Tim just
You're
looked over, that
rhyming. It
must mean
scares
no.
me.
No, he's moving on to another album that we're not talking about.
Oh.
I'm
The
not,
Soldier Fire.
but I like seeing the connections between the songs, you know, and sometimes it is okay to be satisfied with where you are, find happiness where you are.
Sometimes you got to make the best of what you got.
Kind of about finding that balance, being happy with where you are, content with where you are, but having a little drive to take it to that next level.
Ditto.
Did I just blow your mind? Wow.
Yes. My mind is blown.
Yes.
Sorry.
I don't
didn't
think
mean
there's
to do that.
anything else to say here.
I didn't mean to do that. But should I take out this mic, this one right here, and should I drop it? Is that a mic drop?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, you should drop it. Don't drop
Well,
it. You could break it.
And me and Jay will close out the show.
Yeah.
Friend Jay flows across the heartland. Friend Middletown Dreams. Any more thoughts on Middletown Dreams?
Closing thoughts.
Stop it. I love the song. I think that song is probably one of their more underrated songs. But, you know, when I do talk to Rush fans, you know, that song is usually, if not the favorite, their second favorite from Power Windows.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm,
Okay.
that's interesting.
I know we have a connection on Instagram, and their handle is Middletown Dreamer. I think before I underrated this song, but when I dug into it to do some research for this episode, I really gained a lot more appreciation than I've had since it came out. You know, especially from someone like me, you know, like this, the podcast was my idea, and it's kind of a thing I want to do to, you know, to kind of grow, to kind of live a little bigger life than we have been. So, I mean, this podcast sort of came out of my own Middletown dreams.
And that's funny because I was always walking through the field with my next door neighbor who I called on the phone after we had got the hidden bottle out. And I was always dreaming of being a part of an Every Rush Song podcast. So this is,
Here you are.
you know, this is fulfilling that Middleton dream.
And I really like this song. I didn't love the song. I mean, I like it as a friend. But it's and it wasn't my favorite song on the album, but I gained a whole new appreciation for it. Kind of studying up for this episode, and um, I like it a lot better, and I think I might like it more.
And once again, Randy, Neil does not hear ride rhythm at the end of this song. Sorry.
Yeah, he-
I'm going to say you're wrong.
I love it. Love the chimes. Can you put the
Middleton
chimes out into the
Dreams.
circle of trust by the fire?
I've
But there
got
you
some of
have it, Rush band, Middleton Dreams. Let us know what you think. This is just the beginning. We're just starting the conversation. Let us know what
Start.
you think. We're at Every Rush Song, every social media platform. Email us 2112 at everyrushsong.com. Tim, how do we end this thing?
Dallas, Texas. You've been awesome tonight. Thank you so much. And we hope to see you again sometime. But